Hey guys, welcome back. Hope you're having a good day in the stock market. It's September 30th, last day of the fiscal year. It's Thursday. We're going to talk about the SPY a little bit, the oil market, GameStop, what's going on, price action, what the heck this was, and yeah, I'll go over some options and some TA. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We have a Twitter you can follow us on at HappyMoneyYT. Also have a Discord if you want to chat with us on there. It's in the description. So yeah, let's see what's going on here today. If you were watching the candles, watching the sticks today, it got pretty got pretty fun on GameStop. Firstly, market had a pretty big sell-off. We made some money on that. It's kind of funny. So I had the big sell-off here, kind of rebounded from this overreaction, and then consolidated. Now it's doing it again. So kind of big sell-off, consolidation. Another little it's kind of even a bear flag, this also. So I'm assuming maybe consolidate some tomorrow and then Monday down, or even down some tomorrow and down Monday. I think we're going to break this support by Monday. But some of that has to do with external factors, with the debt ceiling and what's going on with all of that that they're trying to vote on and pass, and if the government shuts down or not. So, but just TA wise, yeah, we're definitely still bearish. So this is a nice bounce here to get some downward exposure. I got some up here. We did great. Closed it here. Got some somewhat up here. I didn't wait quite long enough. I got it like around here, but then I averaged up. Average down on it rather there on the SPY. I'll show you those plays though. UVXY calls, and then also we have the call credit spread on SPY. Yeah, we'll go over all those plays. GameStop though, if you watch any of my videos, I've been talking about 165 kind of for support up back here, I guess like 10 days ago. Not even because of Elliott waves or fib levels or any of that stuff, just because I saw that we're bearish, and then I was looking for supports, and this kind of seemed like the next major support. And but then I was curious also to see what happened on this line, because I was like, if we hit 165, we're going to cross over that 180 moving average, and we haven't done that in over a year. Literally been back here. It was the 8th month of last year. So, but today we actually did both. And I was wondering if it's going to be a volatility wick like it was, or if we're actually going to close down there. At any rate, this might not be over, but it looks like it's building. It's built a floor, and we're going to maybe hold above that 180 as far as bodied candles. But it is crazy how it played out. So we made money on the downside on GME also. Made like $1,000 on the way down on the options. Of course, our shares are down, but we have covered calls that wild. Yeah, so this thing came down heavy. It's down, I don't know, 5% today maybe. Down here, way oversold on that, on the RSI. And it was interesting today though that it actually was kind of before, it kind of front ran the SPY. It's 1040 here. That was here. Look at that. So to give you a picture, so that is kind of interesting. It didn't actually go with the SPY. It kind of sold off before it, because that's 1040. So that's there. If you're looking at the chart like this, that's basically the same time frame. They both kind of opened up kind of weak, but then GME really just started selling off before the SPY, like that actually. So it came way down here. SPY kind of held up, and that made me think at that moment that maybe GameStop. Maybe it comes down and it's already at its low when the market starts to crash. And if that's the case, let me turn up this Yaz a little bit, man. I gotta turn it up. If that's the case, I guess it doesn't mean a whole lot, but I was kind of expecting to come down with the market, and then I was thinking, no, it's going to stay flat and then go up when it crashes. But today's kind of the first day that I've noticed just intraday how GameStop, I mean, I guess we've seen it before where GameStop just sold off, but not when we've been following along the SPY, and we've kind of been following the SPY mostly. So today was interesting, and so I kind of thought maybe GameStop gets to its low while the market kind of consolidates or stays flat. And then once the market starts tanking, GameStop's at this low consolidation, it can just rocket. So that's kind of what I saw today on it. Not sure if that'll play out or not. I mean, this freaking volatility at the end of the day was out of control. And GameStop was just pinned for hours here. And in that time, SPY was kind of, that's when SPY was actually dropping. It was really, really strange, actually, if you think about that. Money was being pulled out here and then potentially being put into here. So we've seen it inverse the SPY, but it's been at the exact same time. I mean, there was lots of news and stuff going on here. I don't think this was like a liquidation, but it's possible there could be kind of, lots of stuff going on in my head right now. But at any rate, so this, let's see, that was 12:15. Yeah, that was back here. So it was really strange though. SPY was really selling off and GameStop stopped. And it's good to see that it has a lot of, it's very strong in a bad market. Of course, we want the negative beta, you know, of historical price action, of it rocketing. And I think we are going to get that, but it's good just to see that it's stable with all this instability in the market. Yeah, that's why I feel like this is the safest investment, honestly. Anyways, so yeah, just really got pinned here after the SPY had a big sell-off, which I'm sure I'll read some theories about it on Reddit, and we'll try and connect tweets to why this happened. Just plain. I learned so much from Reddit. It's sick. I love it. But there's a lot of crazies. Out there. So this just started rallying a little bit, but it actually was with the SPY initially. So kind of right at the same time. Let's see, that was 155. This was 55. So yeah, this is literally all at the same time. And it did this little move and kind of came down. I was like, yeah, okay, SPY's coming back up to VWAP. Yada yada. Let's see, 1410. So that was right here. Yeah, literally just doing the same thing with SPY. Max pain is 185 this week. But we kind of closed below it last week, and it's hard if they're not using options. It's hard to know if they're trying to really even get it next to max or at max pain, or if it even matters to them. I don't know, but at any rate, this thing. So SPY just kind of stayed flat, consolidated, just hung out around VWAP. Market's still open, by the way. We've got 40 minutes left, so kind of having to watch it. But yeah, thing just started rallying. Tons of volume poured in. GameStop went crazy, man. This was crazy. This literally, it's been a long time, but to me, this is the manipulation that we see with GameStop. And every now and then, it peeks its head. Where, to me, it looks like they just get caught with their pants down, and they just have to just show it every now and then. And it's like they're waving to us behind the curtain, like you just peer behind it. And it's been a while, and I've missed you, Hedgies. It's been lonely here in the low volatility GameStop world, but I thank you for showing up and just giving us a little wave, just a little hi. I mean, it's thoughtful. It is. So saw that, and maybe this was a move to juice the premiums too. I mean, IV has been so low; it's been under 100%, and this just gassed them like crazy. So maybe that was part of it, to kind of suck a little premium out. People are buying calls up here. This is just going to crush them, literally 100% crush from here to here, easy. I'm seeing all my covered calls. I was down 100% on my covered calls here, and now I think I'm back to break even. Could be some of that. I mean, GameStop, it could have just stayed flat. It's all about open to close. Like, tons of volatility in the middle, gets people excited, gets people sad, but open to close, what'd it do? Today looks like it's going to do about 1% up. So that's amazing. So that's kind of inversing the SPY today. SPY went down today, 0.5%. Day's not over though. But yeah, I'm thinking that could have just been to juice some premiums and then just let them decay to rot people's portfolios when they buy calls. But wow, or maybe this was someone getting liquidated. Not big enough to affect the whole market, but enough for that people are having to cover and close their position. Hard to know, but yeah, it looks like we're going to be closer to max pain. But on the more macro scale of it is what's just like kind of, I kept cycling through these different time frames. Like, what is happening? So this hour, I don't know if this will actually end up crossing bullish. We've got 9 minutes for this candle. It's bullish right now on the MACD, but it's possible that'll come down and yep, there it goes. You just saw it go red, from green to red. I kind of figured that. And today, literally, this seemed crazy, but this is just consolidation. We were way oversold down here. And actually, the RSI divergence came in clutch today. It wasn't a triple. Sometimes I've seen triples, but more often it's doubles. You see this candle and this candle, and I even shared it on our Discord. I said RSI divergence in the hourly. Got a higher low here than here on the RSI, and then where the price was, this is a higher low and this is a lower low, so they're diverging. This is going down with the bottoms, and this is going up with the bottoms here to here. So, and I mean, typically you're not going to get a crazy violent price action from that, but what that could tell you is that this is kind of a floor that's building, and certainly enough, it built it and launched off of it. And then I zoomed out more, and I'm like, wow, look what it's doing on the daily. It's actually happening. We clipped that. I said 165. This hit 166.79, so not quite 165. The move might not be over. Again, when the candles and the wicks get kind of too far from the 9 moving average, it likes to kind of pull back some to that. And so I wasn't expecting to be so violent, or even today. I thought maybe tomorrow would kind of have a little bounce and then more sell off maybe next week. But seeing it today was just, oh man, that was fun. That was definitely fun. So I guess what it's telling me is that this potentially could be a floor. When you get these big dojis on both sides, that could be signs of a reversal, or basically a support or floor. Kind of have to see, honestly, the next day or so. I mostly trade lagging indicators, so it's momentum. So I'm not trying to find the very bottom or the very top, as you know, you can miss that a lot of times and lose money quickly. So I'm more waiting for the move to confirm and then jumping in. But the fact that it is kind of supporting this 180 moving for today, just today, it's showing that. And it showed it strong. I mean, this thing rejected hard. It hit that 166, built a little floor here, 167, and just like, I actually wasn't even watching level 2. I was just watching my covered calls lose value, or gain value rather. Oh man, excited to see what tomorrow brings. I think that was just an exciting thing, and if you weren't even watching, it's like, oh, it's just big dojis on both sides, no big deal. And yeah, pretty much. But the intraday, that was wild. And TA, I mean, we're still bearish, but the fact that we have these huge dojis, we could be setting up a floor right here. Market, I think overall is going to be coming down in the next 5 days, may be pretty heavy. We'll see, but yeah, this 165. So today, with us holding a floor while the SPY sold off, when I see that, I'm thinking, okay, maybe GameStop won't come down a bunch with the market. So that makes me think we won't maybe see these lower support levels, these 152s, 145s. I think it's still on the table. I mean, nothing's longer term hasn't flipped, but the fact that we kind of showed support. And tomorrow, let's see, the banks need $1 trillion in collateral. It's the end of the fiscal year. There's a lot of things happening tomorrow and next week, I think, where we could see this squeeze begin, I think, in October or November. And then the computer shares at 360,000. Today there's an account, I think 360,000 new computer share accounts. So you can't figure the average shareholder, even if it's 200 or say even 100 or even 50, you can't figure it's all those shares that are going to computer share. It's probably, I don't know what the average is, maybe half of their shares, maybe less. So the users, I mean, it might, I don't know, might have to get up to 1 million, maybe 500,000. We're maybe starting to see the signs, actually. It's hard to know. Today with that price action, I wouldn't say that was signs of it, but I mean, there's no way to know. We're just dumb retail that doesn't have access to anything. Here we go. So let's see, yesterday, here's yesterday. So dark pool volume, look at that. So dark pool volume was actually up yesterday. That's the most it's been in 2 days. So maybe this fluctuation we've seen in dark pool volume was not from computer share. New York Stock Exchange volume was also up. I guess volume was maybe just higher at all in general yesterday, was it? Yeah, a little more volume yesterday. Today, definitely more than both those days. And then percent's up also. So that to me says the fluctuations we're seeing in dark pool probably not computer share related. Not to say computer share isn't going to do something, but look how low the New York Stock Exchange volume was. Oh, that's today. Can't look at that. Okay, yeah, I need to make sure I'm looking at just yesterday. So dark pool percentage was up a little bit yesterday, and volume was up. Wow, and today already, look at the volume. The dark pool volume's double. Okay, so yeah, I think these fluctuations, I don't think we're seeing any fruit of computer share yet, at least not from what I'm seeing here. Total short volume reported up again yesterday. Percent was high yesterday at 72%. Not sure what today will bring. And then if you look on bar chart, all the different little limited data we have. Bar chart didn't really change today as far as I saw. A little bit here, a little bit there, still 0.5%, still meaningless. It's possible we get on the threshold list, which we'll see if that affects stuff. There's been times where it has and been times where it hasn't. I think we're still waiting this out. I think consolidation and finds support. Maybe it grinds up this 180. Seeing today though makes me think it's something is going to happen somewhat soon, because we haven't seen that in a while. That was pretty insane. So I'm not getting calls or anything like that yet. Let's quickly look at options. Long video. So let's look at perform. Wow, this took a huge flip. So we made 1,000 on the debit spread, the put debit spreads I had. This is our SPY player credit spread that I closed. Airbnb I also closed. Shop flipped. I don't know why it's down that much. Let me see this. Yeah, we're pretty much even on the day actually, because our shares are basically, I guess they're only up 464. What in the world? Did I really do that? Wow, I did a lot today. Holy crap. Closed out a SPY credit spread, bought one TBT call for November 23 strike. I'm trying to get like 57 I have an order for. I'm waiting for it to come down though. UVXY. Oh, so I flipped UVXY, made some money on that. It's actually not showing it positive, I don't think, right now. Yeah, so we made 500 on UVXY today, just flipping it. And I bought calls on it. Let's see, these were, yeah, I bought these calls. You can't see them. Bought calls on it, basically sold at the bottom, and then bought back into calls on it. And so that's where it's reflecting this negative amount, because I put back in money and it's down a little bit now. So that's for next Friday. Those are 31 strike calls. Viacom, I forgot I bought those. I bought some puts on Viacom for tomorrow. Oh, so here's here. Okay, so I actually got back in at the 33 strike on EVXY. Airbnb, this is the call credit spread that I closed. That's a lot of it. And then same with SPY. So I got a little nervous on the call credit spreads on Shopify as well as Airbnb. Shopify's have time, but on the hourly, this thing turned bullish. On the daily, it's kind of, again, it's finding that 180, and I'm thinking it might bounce back up, get closer to that 9 moving average. So I'm gonna wait till it kind of consolidates and moves up a little bit more before I open more bearish positions. I still have my puts on it, but the credit spread, I had a week on it, but it's kind of large, so I just decided to close it. I made a little bit on it actually closing it. Airbnb still bearish on the daily, but on the hourly, my credit spread on Airbnb closes tomorrow, expires tomorrow, and this thing flipped bullish on the hourly. So I was thinking it was only 170. That's the highest it could go, and I'm thinking tomorrow that might come up to 170. So I'll wait a little bit on that one to get back in, maybe on Friday for next Friday, because I think the market will be coming down next Friday or next week. SPY closed that one though for max profit, which is nice. And GME right now. So look, so here's the covered calls. Wow, let me show you this chart on this thing. This is the premium they just juiced into these contracts today, I think, to just maybe collect a little money. I'm not sure. They don't have to have the price action be like that. It can just be smooth. It doesn't have to go down and just stay flat and then rocket up ridiculous. These were worth 33 cents. I know some of you guys in the Discord made a few grand today. Shout out you guys. Well done. Just swinging that volatility. I think Ruga did, Donero did. Selling premium, buying premium. These were 36 cents at 220. These were 192.5 calls. So I actually was short these. I sold these days ago. And then these went up from 30, I mean, yeah, like 30 cents, all up to the high was $4.30, $400, $430 you could have sold those for and bought them for $30. So that's a big gain you could have made if you went bottom to top. And then now look, back down to 88 cents or so. So it's almost back to where it was. It's insane. So these are the covered calls actually I have short on. So I sold them. And they're right here. So now we're back to plus 10%, plus 8%. I was plus 60% earlier in the day, and I thought about closing them just in case it came up. I expected if GME came up, it'd be kind of slow and just, you know, low volume, low volatility. Oh, we're starting to get a little pop here, which is what we've seen. So I didn't, and I definitely could have, and I could have resold those same calls for 400 or so contract, which would have been huge premiums. So that's why you close out of your premium sells when they're, you know, up 50-60%. That's why you can do that, and that's why it makes sense sometimes. But I'm not too worried about it. I think we will close below 192.5 by Friday. I could be wrong, and I maybe should just close these today and just be happy with break even. We'll see. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do yet. And then I've got these cash secured puts. So these, of course, lost value, which is what we want when GME was going up. Here's our UVXY calls. Average into those. Man, crazy day. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Sub up, like up, comment down. Happy money sticks around. We'll see you on Discord. Peace out.